Hello and welcome to the Temple of Tomes with your host, Indie Comics Jones. Today is April 18th, 2021, and this is episode 276. Homesick Pilots is what we're going to be reviewing today. This is issue 5, and it's the end of what they're calling the first arc. There's going to be a trade paperback out next month, May 2021, with the first 5 issues, including this one, and then they'll move on to 6. It's not really the end of an arc to me, though, but we'll get into that a little bit later. This is an Image comic that came in at $3.99, a whopping $3.99. It's also going to get the Indie Comics Good excavating seal of approval here. And on the cover, we have Amy, who's turned into some kind of supernatural creature. Not sure, quite a ghost, but not quite human any longer, as well as her appearance has changed greatly. And what we have down here is the haunted house that is transformed into a kind of a huge giant, almost a Kaiju, or how do you say that? Kaiju? I'm not even sure if I'm saying that right. But let's get into this crazy book. The writer is Dan Waters. The artist is Casper Wingard. And we have a letterer that is Adita Bakari? I can't really see that. And the designer is Erica Schnatz. Oh, I'm sure Tom Mullen. Production artist is Erica Schnatz. Okay. And what we've got is a lot of bisexual lighting throughout the whole thing. The story is very interesting, though. It's very difficult to follow, so you really have to concentrate. What we have is 2 rival punk bands in the early 90s. They're both not really well known. One is the Nuclear Bastards, and the other one is the Homesick Pilots. The Nuclear Bastards were a kind of a more aggressive group, and they tried to jump the Homesick Pilots inside this, what turned out to be a haunted house. And we got these weird creatures like the Horseshoe Man. Apparently it was the house was once owned by someone that owned horses. And Amy somehow has been able to survive. She's trying to help the people or the ghosts within the house, but now she's figuring out that maybe something else is afoot. She's been helping this guy here, who was the previous owner, or at least the spirit of the previous owner. Meantime, one of her bandmates, I think his name is Reg, he's kind of gotten strung out in drugs, and he's getting kind of kicked out of the underpass area by some local toughs that say you're a poser, get out of here, and so he wanders off. In the meantime, something happens, and it's Meg from the rival band has fallen out of the sky and just landed there, and she's got blood all over her, but it's not her blood. And Meg was probably the least of the other band that was really aggressive. She was actually saying, "Let's get out of here, come on, guys." So the cops show up, and it's our friend, the cop that's been hassling them the last few issues. And so they just kind of are able to get away from this guy, even though Meg is obviously hurt. A van pulls up, and this guy with the screen on his chest, he appeared in the last couple of issues as well. They're actually a government group, and they are trying to take down this house. And it turns out one of the members of their group is the strange videotape person. It's actually a woman. I didn't realize that. It's a woman. They call her the TFT spirit or specter. And so Meg and Reg lead them to the house up on the hill, which is the haunted house. And meanwhile, Meg is in there. She's realizing that she's been tricked by the Horseshoe Man head, and she tells the other ghosts, "I'm going to try to help to get you guys out of here." And she starts going through this transformation again. They unleash the tape lady, the videotape lady, and the house starts transforming, and it's under the control of Amy. But then she realizes she really doesn't have control of it, and this kaiju fight breaks out between the tape monster, which grows very large, and the house monster. You can kind of see them going back and forth. So the tape monster throws a car at the house monster. And they start duking it out. So it's just a really crazy, crazy comic, but very imaginative. So I'll give it that. And it's got the dialogue's a little campy at times, but oh well, it's got enough action and enough intrigue going on. So they're able to escape with the government agents who are now, I guess, trying to get Meg to help as Amy is off again, and then we get the trope, the image black page with tiny little writing on it, very small font, and the tape specter keeps chasing the house specter as Amy is kind of going in and out of it, and she disappears again as both the tape specter and the house kind of collide, and they grab this Ferris wheel. If you can see in the distance, there's this amusement park by the ocean side there, and they pull that whole thing in, and just everything's going crazy at once as the beast is telling her to run, and she's saying no. And so all kinds of just transformation going on, and it falls into the sea, just this huge, massive wreck, pulling the Ferris wheel along with it, and you can see the wreckage just strewn going out. It almost looks like after Hurricane Sandy on the East Coast there. And then it's 3 months later in the Nevada, and Reg and Meg are there, and I guess Meg is going to fly some kind of new, America's first walking ghost-powered weapon. So it'll continue after that. So the whole thing's just really crazy. They're saying this is the end of the first arc, but this doesn't really seem like the end because nothing's really been explained to its full extent yet. So anyway, next arc begins June 20th. So I guess they're taking a month off as they put out the trade paperback on this in May. There you go. It is worthy of the Indie Comics Jones Good Excavating seal of approval, only given out by Indie Comics Jones. So thanks for stopping by and listening to this review. As always, please like, please subscribe, please leave comments, and we'll see you next time at the Temple of Tomes. This is Indie Comics Jones bidding you adieu.